The next challenge is actually a collaboration between, again, Siemens Infrastructure, but also Siemens Real Estate. And the challenge is called Reliable Sustainability Data. Now I'm also getting it wrong. Reliable Sustainability Data, this is one important word we need to say today, for buildings. So please show the video.
Siemens Real Estate is managing 1,400 locations in 60 different countries. To operate them sustainably, we depend on correct energy metering.
Accurate sustainability data is essential. Incorrect data significantly impacts our strategic decisions in regard to energy management, resource optimization, and cost reduction.
Globally, our customers are impacted heavily because of the poor data quality.
We are seeking a model that can efficiently identify errors in the data sets or gaps in the data set.
Your ideas and concept will open doors to advanced automation, higher energy efficiency, and improved occupant comfort.
That's right. So the goal is to ensure more reliable data from our own and our customers' buildings to guarantee better sustainability. And I welcome on stage Nawal and Mark from ValueGrid.
Thank you. We are here to present Stro, sorry for my German, our platform to explore, detect, and rectify anomalies in buildings and sites. Let's look at the problem statement. So today, raw data feeds all current decision-making systems. We know that quality issues affect the entire operational chain. On top of that, managing the complexity and uniqueness of buildings is a challenge. To address these challenges, our AI-driven platform, with its simple workflow.
So I think the best way is to actually show you the actual product in a short time, but let's show that to you guys. So if I can start the video here. Yes, perfect. So simple steps. We load, we explore, we detect, rectify, and then we have a compliance and reporting layer. Okay, so say that I am the property manager for the German business unit. Okay, the first thing we'll want to do is just to select the existing project I'm working on. We can connect to data streams. We can do a lot of things with that. So we load the data, basically. Next step, I want to have the big picture. So for my business unit, I want to know, okay, what are the overall KPIs, and to understand where do I stand in terms of performance, right? Then I will want to see some trends, energy consumption, CO2 footprints, anything I need to run my business, basically, right? So you can look at it in different ways. You may want to compare yourself between yourself and other sites in the same countries, on other business units, and so on. The next step, anomaly detection. So here we have some machine learning algorithm that will generate some suggestions and propose that to the user, who can decide if it makes sense or not. If they believe that the anomaly detection is not actually a true anomaly, but it's a false anomaly, then they will tell the backend to treat it accordingly. Okay? So as you can see that. The next step is actually, you can look at the timeline and say, okay, how well I'm doing versus time. Do I decrease? Do I address the root causes? Do I improve my performance? And you can even drill down all the way to one single raw data point for traceability, for audit reason, to really make sure that I do trust my data, right? Before to let the algorithm run wild, okay? So in that case, the manager checked that indeed there is something out of range comparing with all the other countries that we have, all the other sites we have in Germany, sorry. Next step, we have this nice feature to actually look at before versus after, okay? So I can make sure that that was the reading from the meters before, which looks a bit ugly. And after rectification from the machine learning algorithm, it will give me something that looks a lot nicer. And then I can say, okay, right, I do trust this new data, okay? And the last step, the KPIs. So everything comes together. We look at before versus after. We look at it. Basically, we assess the performance of the business through a high-level point of view. And again, this is always, you can select your own business units based on many kind of filters. And again, to break it down into something that will help me to understand what does affect my KPI, I can look at a deeper level of detail like you can see on this screen. So that was overwhelming. I do realize that. But remember that we are not here to replace the existing Siemens business systems, right? All these things does is to set up the backend that will run alone in the cloud. So once you're happy with the settings, you trust the data, and you are basically happy with what it does, you let it go. You never need to open it again. And then in the backend, the cloud will feed the SRE, the Siemens Real Estate and Siemens Smart Infrastructure servers with the actual anomalies and the rectifications that come together with it, right? So it becomes all automatic, and it has been all set up from here. Now, back to the presentation, and a little bit more about integration and the way forward, okay? In terms of integration, the API is already in production, and the Siemens team has access to it. Stro can be accessed today by all teams from SRE and SI. And to let you know that we have a similar architecture that is currently being operated by Siemens Mobility. We've been working with them on a similar project. In terms of scale, our architecture is entirely serverless, and it auto-scales by itself. And we have this concept of bring your own algorithm. So it was too fast for you to see, but we have some machine learning modules there to do all the work. And Siemens, of course, has a lot of people who can do something much better. So it's modular. You can just bring in your own, plug in your own algorithm to enrich the processing, right? In terms of way forward, to put it simply, we believe that the solution is plug and play with Building X, which is one of the flagship products from Siemens, and other platforms. Before closing, a bit more about our startup and the recent project we have been working on. We have been working with Siemens Mobility for the past 2 years. We have done 3 AI projects for them in the field of machine learning and anomaly detection as well. And we have done some work with PwC and the United Nations Climate Change as well, and others. Which closes our presentation, and we thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Noël, Marc, très bien. Thank you so much. Of course, I want to also, for this challenge, welcome Joerg Vocke on stage, who's the patron of this challenge, and he's the CEO of Siemens Real Estate. There you go. Wow.
Hey, the applause is all yours, Noël and Marc.
I was actually there. I listened to all the 5 pitches, and the competition was fierce. So,
absolutely.
What was the winning factor for Team ValueGrid?
Yeah, that's a good question. Before I come to the winning factor, I really want to say a big thank you to all the teams, because as you just said, Robert, it was a fierce game, I would say, and also the other teams came up with fantastic solutions. So big thank you and congrats to all the teams. What stood out with respect to Noël's and Marc's solution was, and I think this was why it was so nice that we just saw the live demo. Yeah. I mean, this is the user interface and how you display the data. Yeah, let's say the information about potentially incorrect data points, because as Marc said, the devil lies in the details, meaning in our case, as real estate, the details lie on property, on location level. Yeah? So a lot of property managers need to work with the application in order to double check whether individual data points are correct or not. And the way how you display the information is really outstanding. I think this can help us tremendously. And then there's a second aspect. Hey, you really customized your solution pretty quickly to our needs. And we in Siemens, we are typically pretty demanding. So the fact that you satisfied us, Noël and Marc, this is quite something, I have to say.
Yeah, very impressive. So modularity of the solution, accessibility of the solution makes sense. What are next steps here? So how could this be integrated?
Yeah, I mean, next steps, we will definitely continue our joint journey. So we will now select a few of our locations where we try out the solution in further detail. And if this reality check turns out to be successful, I'm pretty sure that the co-sponsors of this challenge, which is our colleagues from Siemens Smart Infrastructure, they will then jointly with you, Noël and Marc, offer this solution to our customers via our accelerator platform. This is the plan.
Wow. Okay. So, Joerg, thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert,
for the explanation. Congratulations again. to Team ValueGrid. Working with SRE as a Smart Infrastructure Mobility. I hope you also get to catch a break sometime, but congratulations again to a great pitch and the winning solution. So we have 2 more to go, I think.
We have 2 more to go, so let's immediately continue with sustainability through cybersecurity from Siemens Cybersecurity.